Hey all, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I'm Darren, and today I'm going to cook about 20 pounds of pork butt. I have a big event coming up on Sunday. We're going to have like 50 people over to our house. So I've got to cook up a bunch of pork butt and I'm going to make some appetizers. But today I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do the pork butt. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter. Sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Alright guys, first of all, I've got 3 of these pork butts. I got 2 sitting in the sink and this one here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a big thing of pulled pork. I'm going to make some North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina style with the vinegar-based sauce, and some I'm just going to make regular so people can use their own sauces. They're going to season all the same. I'm going to use some of the Meat Church, the honey bacon barbecue, and the Holy Gospel barbecue rubs. That's what I'm going to use to season these. First, I'm going to get them out of the pack. And just to let you know, I'm not going to take you through the whole boring steps of what I'm going to do, but all of these have a good sized fat cap on them. And what I'm going to do first is trim most of that fat cap off. Since we're going to be sous videing these, I'm going to sous vide them at 24 hours at 165 degrees. Normally I do 155 for 36 hours, but I don't really have the time to wait through the 36 hours because I want to get these, today's Friday, I want to get this all finished up tomorrow afternoon, and I'm going to reheat everything Sunday afternoon when people are coming over because I got church in the morning and I don't have time to cook in the Sunday morning. So I'm going to get this all prepped, ready to go. Tomorrow afternoon we'll finish it up and reheat it on Sunday. I'm going to get this out of the pack. I'm going to trim it up. I'll see you guys back when I'm coming back to season them because I'm not going to bore you with trimming it. I'll show you two after I get done trimming. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got it all trimmed up, and as you can see I took most of the big globs of fat. I'm going to leave some of the smaller pieces on here so they can render when they're cooking, but all the big thick fat I removed, and I'm not going to leave it on there. It gives me more area for rub when I put it on the smoker, but it also, most of that big chunks is not going to render down, and even when I take it out of the smoker to pull it, it'll end up, I'll have to pull it out of there anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and get this seasoned up, and first wash my hands off real quick. So I want to keep one dry hand here. Use one to move it around. But I'm going to start off, like I said, with the Holy Gospel from Meat Church, and that's what we're going to use as our base for the seasoning. I'm not going to bore you with doing all 3 of these. I'm just going to do one on camera here, and then I'll catch you up when I'm putting these in the sous vide bath. I already got my big sous vide cooler warming up. Like I said, we're going to do 165 degrees on the water and 24 hours on the time. And we are going to put a little bit more on when we take it out of the bag. But right now, just get a nice base coat. And then I'm going to do this honey bacon barbecue. And it's going to give me a little bit more sweetness. Holy Gospel's got a little bit more savory. So we're combining a little bit more savory with a little bit more sweet. And I am going to be using the expandable food saver type bags today. Just like in all my other videos, when I'm doing pork butt or brisket or anything large, you know, whole spatchcock chickens or turkeys, I use these expandable bags because they got plenty of room to fit. And since I can't use it in my chamber vac, I am going to be using, I'm going to use the VacMaster Pro 350 to vacuum this up and seal it, because that works really well with these type of bags. Alright, I'll see you at the VacMaster. back on the pork cook. Got a lot of things going on today. Cooking for a big get-together tomorrow. I got some salad prep I got going on over here. I got my moink balls that were in another video over here. And I got my pork I just pulled out of the sous vide. Getting ready to throw this on the Kamado Big Joe smoker. So I got one of the butts out. The other two are in there still chilling in the water. I took them out, put them in the sink with some ice and water, chilled them out. So I got one of them here I'm going to go ahead and season. And I am going to save the bag juices today. And I'm going to skim the fat off of it. And we are going to put this back in the pork when we pull it and put it in the pan and pull it. So that it's going to retain the moisture. We're going to put that moisture back in. That normally if we were smoking it, we would lose. So that's one of the reasons why you can make a lot better pulled pork using the sous vide method and then smoking it, because you can retain some of this moisture. But I am going to put just a little bit more of these meat church rubs on, the Holy Gospel and the honey bacon barbecue, and then we're going to toss them on the smoker. I got my Big Joe up to 250 with some oak wood in there. So I am just going to put just a little bit more of this on. Not a ton. Not drying this off. Remember, we're going to put this on wet so that it absorbs more smoke. And since I did cook these a little hotter at 165, you know, they are a little bit more fragile or falling apart a little bit because the meat's pretty much all the way cooked. So we're going to be really careful putting these on the smoker so they don't fall apart. I might even have to put them in a pan just to make sure that they don't fall apart and go through the grates in the grill. So, all right, I'm going to get these on the smoker. I'll be right back. All right, all. I am going to throw these on the smoker. I am going to monitor the internal temp. I don't want to go over the temp that I sous vide them at. But another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz the pork at least 2 or 3 times during the smoke time so that the pork does attract some more of the smoke and get a better bark. So, all right, I'll be right back when it's done. All right, guys, I got the pork off of the smoker, and as you can see, it's not black like you normally would see a totally smoked pork butt. It does got a nice brown or golden crust here, and there are some spots that are a little bit darker than others, but that's kind of how I want it. This is really falling apart. Pull, you know, I can just pull pieces right off, and it's still super moist. So that's how I want it. I'm going to actually just pull it all up tonight, and then tomorrow when we reheat it, I'm going to take some and we're going to use Eastern Carolina sauce, and we'll have some that is just plain so that people can use their own sauce. But I'm just going to take a piece of it right here, good piece with the bark, right off the top. Melts in my mouth. I can taste a good amount of the bark. Got the sweet and the savory, Holy Gospel and the honey bacon barbecue from the meat church. Tastes really great. I'm gonna take another piece off another one. But as you can tell, there is a little bit of a smoke ring, not a lot because it wasn't out there but about 2.5 hours. So, but definitely very moist, very tender, pulls right off of the bone here. Got plenty of smoke for me. It's not quite as smoky as it would be if it sat out there for 8 or 10 hours, but it's got plenty. I'm going to get this pulled up, and then tomorrow we're going to have it for our get-together. But thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you try this. Try it either way. I usually, like I said, I do 155 for 36 hours. It doesn't get quite as fall apart as you take it out of the bag. It's one of the reasons I don't usually like to go 165 for 24, because it does get a little bit loose. So as you can tell, one of the butts kind of started falling apart when I was taking it out of the bag. But 155 for 36 is usually what I like to do. Smoke it afterwards, put it on cold and wet, spritz it every 30 or 40 minutes, till it's done, and it's perfect. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to the Fire and Water Cooking Podcast. We have some great guests on there, including Meathead Goldwyn from Amazing Ribs, Malcolm Reed. Check it out. I'll see you again on the next video.